Hello, hello. How are you wonderful people doing today? My name is Tracy Smalls DeLeston. I am an author and a motivational speaker. Listen, I cannot believe what my ears was hearing and what my eyes was actually seeing concerning Pastor Jameliah Gooden. I believe that's her name. Well, I normally don't follow her, to be quite honest and frank with you. I've only seen her ministry a few times. My girlfriend, who just recently passed about a year or so ago, she was under her ministry. I believe she watched her a lot on, YouTube. So, I was on Facebook on yesterday and I'm watching this other pastor, another woman of God. She was actually doing a video on a situation regarding Jameliah Gooden. And she made mention some of the things that she was saying regarding homosexuality and using profanity. I was like, okay, I know I've seen this woman before on YouTube, and I've literally heard her say out of her own mouth, not hearsay, not allegedly, something that I heard for myself. She told the folks who was watching her that day, say you don't give a damn. And I'm like, okay. But I really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to. I know I replied because I could not let that video go without responding. So I replied to it. I don't recall anyone responding back. I just don't recall it. But in any event, when I'm listening to this video on yesterday that this woman was doing regarding Pastor Jameliah Gooden, I'm like, okay, let me go on YouTube so I can hear for myself what she's talking about. So apparently she was upset with this woman, Nashonda Brown or Davis, don't quote me, or Natasha. I think it was Natasha Brown or Davis, one out the two. But anyway, I'm listening and let me straighten this thing here because I feel like it's shaking. Okay, just a second. So I'm listening and Pastor Jameliah Brown goes on to say, I will kick this woman ass. I mean, in church. In church. I mean, just as bold as she could be. Now, when I responded back to the other woman's post on yesterday, well, actually, I responded back. Yeah, it was yesterday because I made another post this morning underneath her video. So when I responded back on yesterday, a woman responded back to me and said she did not go to school for ministry. She self-ordained herself to be a pastor and a prophet, which is crazy to me. Who does that and why? Because anyone knows when you're standing in that pulpit, you need to be graced by God to get up in there and deal with a lot of people. You are not only putting other people's lives at risk by doing that, but you're risking your own life by doing such a thing. Because if you're cursing on the pulpit and you have people that's following you, well, if they're following you and they believe you, especially babes in Christ, new folks that are just getting into Christianity, and they're listening to you, what separates you from the world? What separates her from the world? It just makes no sense to me. So I was appalled when I listened to this woman say it not once, but at least a couple of times. She will whoop her ass. Another woman who apparently tried her husband in some kind of way, whether it was with her mouth saying something inappropriate or talking about him. I don't know what she was referring to exactly. But if you have to whoop someone else's behind to restrain your husband, because first of all, a woman can't do anything that her husband don't allow them to do, because ain't nobody straddling him down, taping his arms to the wall or strapping it to the walls. Nobody is doing that. So no one could take your husband unless he wants to be taken. Just like the women who, we cry and complain about cheating men. Well, men can't cheat if they don't have a willing participating partner. Let's just be clear. Let's just be clear. So, in saying all of that, I have to tell folks, know the Lord for yourselves. Of course, you have to be up under someone to get the teaching and proper training that you need to succumb what's going on out here in this world and to just live a holy lifestyle. Of course, you need someone for that. But you have to be able to discern what's right and what's wrong. And if you're standing before someone who's cursing and using profanity like that in church, that's a no-go for me. I don't care how well she knows the word. Because first of all, the devil knows the word also. That's how he's able to use it against some of us. So he knows it also. How could you sit under someone who does such a thing? How? Yeah, we all make mistakes, but my goodness, that's a huge one. And then a woman told me in the comment section on yesterday that this pastor is known for using profanity. You can't do that, lady. You cannot do that. That is not right. It's not cool. I don't care how great you think you are. I don't care how great this woman thinks she is. She is dead wrong on so many levels. And she's going to have to answer to God for that. But I also have to remind you all that a lot of people have chosen ministry as a career. So it doesn't necessarily mean that what they're teaching, they're living. It's just like these police officers that are out here shooting and killing people. They're supposed to be upholding the law, but that doesn't mean that they're abiding by the law themselves. So it's the same as a minister. Find out who you're getting under. Find out what their credentials are. Know them. Know who you're allowing to pour into your life. So that when you see and notice these things that they're doing that's just completely off, then you know that's just not for you. A lot of them are paid to teach the word. I was watching a doctor that just the other day, she's a huge Facebook, YouTube influencer, and her name's Dr. Jen, and she gives great health tips all of the times. But then I saw her in a live video Saturday. She was actually at Chick-fil-A eating the chicken sandwich, the French fries, and she had a milkshake. So she's teaching health and she's telling us how to be healthy and some of the things to stay away from, but that does not mean that is something that she is doing in her own life all of the times. And she said it out of her own mouth. So I said all of that to say this. Everyone who's on the pulpit is not a Christian. So don't use their lives as a roadmap or the navigation system as to how you live your life. Study the Word of God for yourself. And instead of attacking this woman, pray for her soul, because clearly she is off. I have never, and I've been in church for many, many years, I have never heard a preacher, minister, pastor, evangelist, I have never, bishop, never heard any of them using profanity across the pulpit. And in fact, when I think about it, I don't recall any of them using it, period, in church or out of church, unless, once again, it's a career. They went to school for it and they're teaching the Bible just like any other career. Now, I've seen that, but then I know the difference. I can't put all preachers into the same category as them because I understand that this is a career for them. So you have got to understand that. Okay? Please like, comment, and share this video. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I am hardly ever on YouTube uploading videos because I'm working on other things. But please subscribe to this page. I love you all. And as always, healthy mind, joyful life. And the quote from Tabitha Brown, have yourself an amazing day. And if you cannot have an amazing day, don't go around messing up no one else's just because you're not doing well or you just want to be messy for a day. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.